Everyone. Hi, it's Dr. LaTowsky here. Hope everyone is having a good Tuesday. And thank you so much for attending this webinar on Sculptra, one of my favorite products. And this is a product that I have in my own face. And it is such a beautiful natural product. I just absolutely love it. I have a personal passion for this product. So thank you for attending. So we have a short slideshow for you to educate you more on it. Okay, so this is a presentation on lifting, smoothing, and restoring with Sculptra. So this is one of my beautiful patients, and you can see that she has a huge improvement in her texture. She's got some lift to her cheeks. She looks smoother along her jawline, and she's just got a more heart-shaped face. Her face doesn't look as square in the after photo as it does in the before photo. So this is a great product. So what is Sculptra? Sculptra is FDA approved, and it's a biostimulator. So it is not a filler. It's something that uses your own body to make collagen. And that's really exciting because it tends to last longer than fillers. So Sculptra will last at least 2 to 3 years. But I tend to take a conservative approach. So I'll do a treatment and then recommend, usually patients have a small touch-up treatment annually. And what this does is it keeps things very natural looking, and it keeps us adding to our own results. So Sculptra stimulates your body's own collagen. It is not instant gratification. I would say that's the one downside from it not being a filler. So instead of being a gel that it's injected and we can see the results and the lift right away, it actually takes 6 weeks for the Sculptra to start working. So a lot of you who have talked with me about this product remember me making an analogy of Sculptra to a garden. So when we inject Sculptra, it's like literally like planting little seeds for collagen. And so at about 6 weeks, we start to see the seeds rise and build, and that's your collagen. You start to see lift. You start to see a better skin texture, because remember, even all the anti-aging products we apply to our face, they're trying to build collagen. So our skin texture actually improves with Sculptra. And then we continue to see improvement for up to 6 months. So it's very gradual and therefore very, very natural looking. And because it's your body's own mechanism, it's just a really, really natural look. And so for patients who are conservative and want to look like themselves, they don't want to look like anybody different, this is the product for you. It's also called a liquid facelift. So if you ever see that, like reading some marketing material, liquid facelift, that is this product, because this product literally can lift the entire face. With a filler, we tend to put it in certain areas, which is great. We love fillers. But if we're talking about a full facial rejuvenation, Sculptra is our product. And again, because of the collagen, it's the longest lasting product out of anything that we have. So as I alluded to, Sculptra can be used in most areas of the face, and it's also used off the face. So that's off label, but we can use it in areas like the chest, in areas like the knee, in the buttocks. I actually just had Sculptra injected into my chest not that long ago, my V-neck area, so it doesn't look so bony and the texture improves. It's a great supplement treatment to IPL in that area. And because of the way the long-lasting duration, Sculptra actually can be one of the most cost-effective things that you can do for yourself in terms of cosmetics. So this is what happens during an appointment when you come in for Sculptra. You have some numbing cream on. We do injections. The injections have anesthesia in them, so you will be getting numb as the injections go along. And if we're doing a full face treatment, we typically do temples, we do cheeks, we do under the cheekbones to help prevent too much hollowing there. We do jawline, we do chin to prevent droopiness there and prevent it from looking too pointy and therefore aged. And so even though that's a lot of areas, it's very comfortable to most people because they're getting numb as they're having those injections done. And I use a nice slow injection technique. We use the numbing cream, of course, and then we also use a lot of ice during the treatment. So it's actually very, very doable. And then we massage the area afterwards. Most patients say it's the best part of the treatment. You get a nice little massage afterwards, you get to relax. And then we have you massage on your own at home 5 minutes, 5 times a day for 5 days. So you just spread the Sculptra around basically, because when you're planting a garden with seeds, you don't want the seeds to clump in one area. You want them to spread evenly in the row. So very, very easy. We just have you massage yourself for 5 days afterwards. All right, so here's some photos of some of my beautiful patients. So here is just one vial of Sculptra, and a lot of times when you read about Sculptra, you read about many vials, like 6, 7, 8 vials. But this photo is just to tell you that even with one vial, now this is a young patient, but even with one vial, you can have a beautiful result. And look at her beautiful cheekbone in the after photo and how the contour is greatly enhanced. And it just looks like her face has lifted. In the before photo, she looks like a little bit square when you start looking at her jawline, and it's lifted up and our attention is drawn to her cheeks when we look at the after photo. Here's another photo of one of my patients. So again, if you just take a bird's eye view at the before and after, you see in the before her face is getting a little square. In the after, it's a little more heart-shaped, which is what we want. It's lifted. That's our liquid facelift. And you can see her cheeks are now back in place. She has beautiful full cheeks, which has kept her looking young for forever, but they started to drop down a little bit. Now they're lifted back up. Her creases near her nose are less obvious. Her chin looks a lot smoother. Her jawline looks a lot smoother. She just absolutely looks great. Even better in real life. Here's an example of how Sculptra can improve the skin texture as well. Do you see how this crepey skin on the before picture on the left, do you see how it's crepey like that? And there's all those little tiny wrinkles in there. And so many patients come in and they dislike those changes to their skin over time. Well, the Sculptra will make the skin tighter and it will improve the skin texture separate from that. And so you can see in the after photo, the skin texture is just so much better. And she got some lifting as well and just looks a little bit less hollow, less tired. And it's just a really great treatment for this. So we're actually doing a study in cheek wrinkles right now with Sculptra, which is really nice. We're almost closed for entry, but we do have a couple more slots open. And I think we saw this photo earlier, so we can go ahead and move on. So just another example. So this has been a while, so you can see the lighting's a little bit different, but you can still appreciate the lift that this patient got. So again, in this lower face area, that's a place where a lot of patients come to me and they're like, how can I improve this area? I do not want to see the sagging here. I don't want to see the extra skin. Help me get rid of these jowls. So Sculptra is a beautiful way to do this. All right, another young patient. So this is a patient who came to me. I believe she had had a facelift or some sort of surgical procedure and felt like she looked a little bit too pulled. So she wanted to soften the results from her surgical procedure. And so you can see in the after photo, she just looks like so much more natural and less gaunt and just an overall nice, soft, youthful appearance in the after photo. Here's an example of off the face. So this is an area where Sculptra was used to improve cellulite and also for a lift as well. So you can see really nice results here. And again, a lift and improvement of cellulite. All right, same thing here, lift and improvement in cellulite. And so that's all for the Sculptra photos. We just wanted to talk about the special pricing. So the Sculptra at our office is priced $850 for one vial. And again, when you read in the literature, a lot of times people are talking about using 6 or 7 vials. I'm definitely a lot more conservative than that, and happy to talk to you about how many vials that I think it would take to get you the results that you desire. The promo for today is if someone on this webinar purchases 2 vials of Sculptra, we will actually inject a filler that's recently been FDA approved from the same company, the company Galderma. So it's from the Restylane product of or family of products, and it was FDA approved for the lips. And so off label, we don't have to use it in the lips, but certainly it's beautiful in the lips. So this picture is actually Emily. A lot of you know Emily, one of our PAs, but I injected it in her lips and she absolutely loves it. It's a really beautiful, natural looking product in the lips. So again, 2 vials. If you purchase 2 vials after this webinar, you get a free syringe of Kiss injected as well, and that will complement your Sculptra treatment. Here's a few of my other patients recently that I've injected with this product. And again, these are lip photos. We can use them for the marionette lines or the nasolabial folds, the lines around the mouth as well. But here's some pretty examples of some lips. And we don't have to inject lips to be large. We can inject lips to look better hydrated. We can inject the downturn corners of the mouth so the lips actually come back to neutral. We can inject the little tiny lip lines. So we don't have to just be going for a bigger lip. All right, here's that promo for attending this webinar. Thank you so much for coming today and for listening. And please, please, please consider this treatment. I love it. And if you have any specific questions or individualized questions, I would love to hear them. You can type them in or you can call the office to schedule a consultation. Also, we're having a raffle for all of you who have attended today. So that's going to be announced later. That raffle will be done at later this afternoon and announced at 6 tonight. So thank you. Does anyone have any questions? It looks like there are some there. Let's see. How many sessions are recommended? Well, that's very individualized. It depends how many vials we're doing. So say I recommended 2 vials, I'd usually do those in 2 different sessions. or 3 vials, I would do this in 3 different sessions. Um, so, but again, it just depends on the individual, and we can talk about that during your consultation. Someone asked, is this also called Ultra Plus? No, Juvederm Ultra Plus is a filler. So that's like a gel that's injected, and it's great for these nasolabial folds or the marionette lines. And then someone asked, should we anticipate bruising and how long will that last? Bruising definitely can occur with any injection. And I will say lots of patients have no bruising afterwards, but it's definitely possible. So I would just say plan on it just in case. If we don't get it, that's good. And then typically the bruising from Sculptra will last 5 to 7 days. We do have a laser that helps the bruising go away a lot faster. So I can talk to you about that during the session if you're concerned about bruising. And what is the difference between Sculptra and Voluma? Also the cost. So in my office, the cost is the same between Sculptra and Voluma. Voluma is a filler and it's really gorgeous at lifting cheeks. And what's great about Voluma is that it will give you an instant result. So I use a lot of Voluma as well. It also has a label from the FDA that it will last for 2 years. And so it does last a long time. However, it tends to be a more focal treatment. So we choose an area like the cheeks and we lift the face by injecting, for instance, the cheeks. Whereas with Sculptra, it's more of a full facial rejuvenation. So that's a very good question. I get that question a lot, actually. But they're both great products. If you have had Restylane in the past, are there any contraindications? No, there are not. So a lot of my patients who do Sculptra have also done Restylane in different areas, and you can absolutely do that. So thank you guys so much for attending, and I hope you enjoyed the webinar. And if you have any questions, I welcome you to email us or call the office, schedule a cosmetic consultation. We're happy to answer them and hope to see you soon.